Yo, family.
Yo, family. Yo, muckers.
Muckers in the muckamobile.
Welcome back to the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast, episode 25. That's actually a milestone, to be fair.
Yeah, almost half a year.
Yeah, kind of. 25 episodes, quarter of a century.
Yeah, man.
You'll bloody take it. We've had a busy few days, so I'm kind of feeling a bit cluttered.
Yeah, very busy. It feels weird doing the pod at this hour of day as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly late. It's, 2:30, but normally we're doing it about 11ish, aren't we? But we've moved into the gaff, which you'll have seen on my story.
The gaff.
Yeah, don't think I mean that we're now living together. Should have probably worded that a bit differently in hindsight. But no, we've moved into the office like we talked about last week. Thoughts so far?
Cracked.
Yeah, I
Good.
think it's been better than I
Yes.
expected in terms of at least productivity first day.
Definitely.
So
Well, today was our first real day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I, for one, have been more productive.
Yeah,
So-
so that's all we can ask, really. And also, I don't know why, I was saying this to you, I feel like in my head I was making it like smaller and smaller.
Yeah. There's a lot more space than we thought there was, which is
Now
good.
we've actually set up. Like in my head, I was thinking we're basically going to be desk, chair, wall,
That's it.
like proper
Yeah.
crammed in. But no, it's nice. We're thinking about moving the pod in there, but I'm just not sure if there's enough space. And also, it's pretty
It
nice.
would be really nice to do it in there.
Yeah,
But I do love doing it here.
yeah. Especially with this sofa, like it's absolutely massive. Can't see it on camera, but it goes really far.
this way.
So I don't think we'll be able to use these seats at least.
No,
if
well, we
did.
don't want to be sitting like our office chairs, do we? It's
Yeah.
just a bit,
That'd look a bit weird.
just loses the chill vibe.
So we'll see about that. Maybe a new podcast room to come. But yeah, happy days. We've got
Cook-
another
Kidding.
cooking. We've got another Q&A episode because it's fun. So yeah, do you want to kick it off?
Kick things off. Good start here from Marston PT, the GOAT. Dream pod guest. Fitness industry / any person past or present. I'd quite like Mr. RT on.
I think that's possible.
Yeah, I think that could be a possibility.
Give us a bit of time to
If we
cook with
keep-
this pod.
If we keep plucking away, I think it could genuinely be possible.
I think we would have to do it in his gaff then.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a
Not
bit
bringing
weird
him into my
inviting him
house.
around to your house. Julie might cook him some dinner.
Yeah. Make him a cuppa.
No, I think RT would be a good one.
I don't see him on many pods, do you?
No, has he even have done any?
I don't think I've ever listened to a pod with RT.
No, I don't think I have. By
So-
RT, we mean Ryan Terry, guys. Just
Yeah.
to clear that up.
That's a good shout, actually. To be honest, I think a lot of like the big names have kind of been overdone.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Mike Thurston, I would love to do
Yeah,
a pod
that's
with
true.
him because there'd be a lot to talk about.
Yeah, because we're really similar, like
Yeah,
really,
so similar. We
really
just like
good looking and
freak bitches get money. Like the same
that'd be
people.
quality. But like the classics, like I bet loads of people would say, "Oh, Seabum."
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
have Seabull.
He's been on so many pods already, so might not get anything new out of him. I'm just having a look. Ryan Terry podcast. He's been on Chris Williamson, so worse than us. Less popular.
I swear he did that one, that big bodybuilding one.
What's it
I've
called?
never watched it in my life.
So have a look through here.
Is it the one with that? Sorry, guys. Moving on. Is it like Floyd?
Oh, he's on the bodybuilding and bollocks one.
That's it, yeah. I think he's been on that.
I'd be something like
Yeah,
that.
this is how much BBs
Jesus,
we are.
we're
Yeah, we are
absolutely
such BBs.
butchering his name. What is his name?
It's like the most popular gym podcast.
I did listen to it a little bit.
Did you? Is it good?
It's all. I mean, the clues in the name. They just chat bollocks
Yeah.
basically. Which,
I mean,
It's-
we just chat bollocks, but
yeah, obviously theirs is heavily centered around B. Oh, it's Fuad. Jesus Christ. Fuad Abiyad.
Fuad Abiyad.
But he's the guy that owns Hostile, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, he might have been on that pod. But Ryan Terry, that's a good shout. I'd happily have him on, mate, if you're watching.
Yeah. Who would you rather have, RT or Mike Thurston? I think I'd go Mike.
Yeah.
There'd just be like so many questions I'd want to ask him.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to ask Mike that I probably don't know about Ryan enough.
Yeah.
Now to like have a massive interest in him as a bloke. Plus he's like from round us.
Yeah, he's literally from Retford.
So we've probably got a fairly similar sort of
background.
Yeah.
I would like to know like Mike's whole freaking life story.
Yeah, I've
dive
no
into
idea.
it.
All I know is he worked in Hollister.
Yeah, and he was like a bit of a model.
Yeah, was good looking, and then now he's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, I would like to know just everything.
Yeah, so good question, mate. I've got one from 2 secs. I've got one from JTF Coaching, aka Mr. Marathon Runner.
Oh yeah.
He asked, when are you running the length of the country for shits and gigs?
That will never be happening.
I put this on my story because I researched it to see how long it was, and I was like, competitiveness in me says I could do it.
Oh yeah, I remember you putting that on.
But it is like outrageously long. I can't remember exact. Run along Britain.
I mean, someone's definitely done it, hasn't they?
Oh yeah, I think plenty of people have. Let's have a look. From Land's End to John O'Groats, 847 miles, 1,400 kilometres.
Jesus Christ.
You
do 5 kilometres and I'm dead.
I think you can also run across it, which is significantly shorter.
Oh yeah, it's got to be way shorter.
Let's have a look at that one. Run across Britain width.
How far was the length?
Of the one before?
Yeah.
Sorry, the width is 500 kilometres.
Yeah, it's a lot less.
And then the length was 1,400 kilometres. So realistically,
That's
if you're doing
ridiculous.
that, 1,400 kilometres, what would you do in a day? If you did a marathon a day, marathon in kilometres, 42 kilometres.
Fuck me.
So it'd take you 33 days
That's-
of consistent marathons.
Yeah, that's disgusting. No chance.
I'll be honest, James, right now I've probably not got it in the locker.
Give him a month of training.
I think my knees might cripple a
And
little
he'll be
bit.
there.
But James is doing, he said to me he's doing, I think he said from Gainsborough all the way to like the Houses of Parliament.
Really?
Yeah.
That is hefty.
Let me double check that I've not got that wrong. But
Jesus Christ. Good luck to him.
no,
I won't be doing that.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Gainsborough to Buckingham Palace in sub 48 hours. How far is that?
That's still a freaking long way.
250 kilometres.
Yeah, so in under 48 hours, that is hefty.
So 250 divided by 42, was it? That's 6 marathons.
Good
Are you
luck.
all right, mate?
Yeah, good luck with that. Jesus Christ.
That'd be a good shift. But he did do. He did that. Do you see when he was doing the one first day, second day, third day, like a
30-day
kilometre
thing.
for every
Yeah,
day?
yeah. No, that was impressive.
And then he did 50 on the last day.
Yeah, impressive shiz.
Yeah. Honestly, I think my knees were just.
Wait, did you do 50k in one day?
I think he did it on the last day.
Jesus, yeah, fair play.
So that's a fair
That's
shift.
rough. That's very rough.
I mean, I did a 12k at the weekend and my knees were battered.
yeah. Chip did 23, on Sunday. Yeah.
Is he training for some of that?
I think he's doing a half marathon or marathon.
Fair play.
Something like that.
Good shift, Chip. So yeah, to answer your question, James, it's probably going to be a while, mate.
Probably never.
We'll get it in the pipeline. Just need to do my programming right, and then it'll be absolutely fine. No stress.
Right. Next cue from Lewis Lang.
Lewis Lane?
How do you actually say it? Lewis Lang.
Yeah. No, Lane.
Lane.
I think it's just Lewis Lane.
Okay, Lewis Lane.
I don't know.
I'm just going to call him Lewis Lang from now on. Okay, if you had to pick... What the hell? I can't speak. My brain is frazzled. If you had to pick 10 exercises to train for the rest of your life, what would they be? 10, that's quite a lot.
This is a classic pod question.
Right. I'm going to do mine first,
Go on.
and you can do yours. So I'm going to go with an incline dumbbell curl, just like a long rope tricep press down. I'm going to go for a dumbbell lateral raise. I'm going to go for an incline dumbbell press,
Nice.
a single arm lat pull down.
Bench supported.
Yeah, it's got to be bench supported, mate. Yeah.
Crunching. Sharp exhale.
A T-bar row,
Nice.
a deadlift, a leg press, a 45-degree leg press, and then probably just say a leg extension and a seated ham curl. But then that's 3 leg exercises. It's a bit of a waste.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Yeah, that's 10. You basically just named your program.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
There's not really much else we do. There's obviously variations of the lateral and variations of the
Yeah,
curl.
but across the board, it's just basically that anyway.
I
So
think
that's
that's pretty
10
good.
is quite a lot.
Yeah. I think you need actually the leg extension, the ham, and the leg press.
You think you need it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, you could get away with not doing the leg extension.
That's what I was thinking. I could do the leg press and the seated ham.
But then, mate, you're not going to be getting any rec fem.
Oh,
So,
what a shame that is.
although who needs to train rec fem? Because unless you got your shorts off, like no one's seeing that.
Who cares? No one.
Realistically,
Who cares anyway? It's like,
no abs as well. You've not put any abs in there.
yeah, chin that.
Chin that. You get enough abs from like.
Yeah,
stability.
fucking bracing, mate. Bracing, you're getting abs.
No, that's a good list. I think I'd swap the.
Maybe another press in there instead of the leg extension.
I think
like a high incline Smith.
Yeah. I think I'd swap the. So I'd go incline DB. I'm a fan of that. Long rope tricep. Agreed. Dumbbell lateral, I would go for a cuffed cable because
Yeah.
I'm like.
Yeah, I was torn between them two.
Sometimes too many DB laterals just get my elbows going a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Peak.
Especially when it gets heavy. It's because my arms are so long. It makes it really hard for me. Incline DB, I like it. Single arm bench supported pull down for the old lats.
Or just any neutral grip pull down.
Yeah.
I'll take.
I probably agree with that. T-bar, I agree with that. Dead, I'd do a RDL instead personally because the dead is a bit close to the leg press, you know. But hey ho, leg press, ham, and then I'd probably swap the leg extension for some sort of high incline
Press.
press.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
And I'd just accidentally sometimes perform the T-bar row wrong and do a bit of a rear delt thing. Oh, sorry.
Rear
Different
delt row,
exercise.
man. Rear delt row.
No, I didn't mean to. Sorry. So yeah, that's pretty aligned with that one. Good cue. Dan Rawlins says, "Please show off Ducky Woo and let the world know about the mighty Buka." He's here.
Where is? I'm gonna say, where is it? You should be in the office now.
Yeah. Let me show the camera. You're gonna have to explain Ducky Woo because I'm nowhere near the mic. Why is it not focusing?
So, Ducky Woo is the AFC Buka mascot or mascot / Buka of the match, which is man of the match, for our 6-a-side team, obviously called AFC Buka. HL turned into prime Manuel Neuer the other day,
I am incredible, I'll be honest.
made some good saves, and
One
he
off-
was
one off the
elected.
head as well.
Yeah, straight off the bean. He was elected your BOTM
Yeah.
I voted for you as well, by the
Thanks,
way.
mate.
So yeah.
I must say, I think that's the most votes anyone's ever got for Man of the Match. 7 votes, I think it was, or 6.
It was, for me, it was between you or Bryn. But I was like,
Bryn had a good game, to be fair.
you did have a good game, but you saved quite a few shots, and it was a clean sheet. So I thought that
pushed me over the edge.
Just tipped it. I thought, honestly, everyone played well. I didn't even play. I was managing.
Shocking.
Look at that.
Now you've got a friendly to play.
Right. Got
That's
friendly to play.
Value you, mate.
Yeah, I'd rather play the friendly than that game last week.
Yeah, that was heart wrenching. I'll be honest. It was a tough one, but proud to have Ducky Woo. Thanks for the nominations, really, and hopefully I can represent him well this week.
That's what Ducky Woo's got.
I might have to make the clip of Ducky Woo there, the thumbnail.
Yeah, the pod thumbnail. Who is Ducky Woo? Question mark, exclamation mark. That'll get views.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we might not do 5 more.
Stolen all my questions. I'm done.
I've got 5, but they're all from Max.
I did put mine on really late, but anywho.
Yeah, these are last week's.
Oh, really?
Last week's things. So we'll do like 2 or 3 of these. How long have we been so far?
Let's have a look.
16. We'll do a couple.
Yeah.
First one. How attainable actually is competing? Not very.
Well, if you really want to, then it probably is.
Yes, it's attainable as much as you want it to be attainable.
Because plus you could just turn up and be washed.
Yeah.
I presume.
I'm guessing he means like the actual physique.
Yeah.
That you should have when you compete.
Okay. So. Well, put it this way. First of all, if you want to be actually really good, first of all, you need to have good genetics. Second of all, I mean, take Leo for example. You did pretty good. If we hold that as a good, a
decent standard,
yeah, decent washed,
mid.
So, good genetics, trained really well for, or at least as well as you could for 6 years, 5 years,
yeah.
And really, you did train before that, but okay, it was pretty mid. You need to be able to, for those 5 years, 90+% of the time be on plan from a nutritional perspective. And then to top that off, you need 6 months of being on plan 100% of the time.
No messing, no missing.
So if you can match those 4, that quota, then you're going to do all right.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then you probably need a bit more time in the game, to be honest.
You are going to struggle, definitely.
Yeah. At least to be good.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. If people just want to compete just for fun,
yeah.
Do it. But don't expect to be like a freaking world beater.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be.
And if you are going to do that, you're still going to give up 6 months.
Yeah.
You can't really
you can't avoid that. I mean, well, you could, but again, you're going to be shit. So.
Yeah. And you need to really want to do it as well, because it will get hard.
Yeah.
When you get
mega
peeled. Good kill.
Okay, I'm picking these nicely. What are the best ways to manage cheat meals / social occasions?
Say that again, sorry.
What are the best ways to manage cheat meals / social occasions? I think he's being nice here and asking a question because we've already been through this together.
Oh, with him?
Yeah, I remember he rang me.
Oh, yeah,
he was panicking and stressing.
That was nearly when he first started, didn't it? We've been through this on the pod a couple of times, I think, but no harm in repeating.
I think there's like 3 main things you could do.
Go on.
So I'd say the first one is, if you're dieting, let's say this is in a dieting scenario, number 1 would be, I think the most important is just making sure that you bank calories for the social occasion.
Yeah.
Like, you could go to the social occasion and just stay on plan. There's nothing wrong with that. But most people, right, you're going to want to enjoy yourself. So bank some calories, then you've got stuff to play with. I think that's number 1.
Yeah, and bank enough as well. Like, it's going to be...
don't just bank like 200 calories. Yeah. Like, you're going to have more than that. So
it's going to be, realistically, if you have a meal out 1.2 at a minimum.
Yeah. I'd say if
So-
you can bank like 2K, you've got a lot of wiggle room there.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'd say if it is a training day, make sure you train.
Yeah.
Get it done nice and early. So then you haven't got to stress. You're not like double whammying yourself thinking, oh, I've had a social occasion and I didn't train.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And then number 3, I'd say I don't think it's needed, but you could increase your expenditure on that day.
Yeah.
Again, just to give you more of a buffer.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think all 3 are needed. You don't need to do all 3.
No. It depends how heavy it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go do more cardio and bag another 300 calories in the books, then go for it. But it's obviously going to take you 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's whether that's worth that for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll notice Leo is like all the stuff he's done there is pre-event, which is probably the preferred way, like being proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah.
I think if you're too reactive and you end up, I've got a delivery. Sorry if you can hear that. Yeah, if you're being reactive, you go out for a meal and then the next day you're like trying to claw back calories. It just ends up being like more stressful. Trying to manage it all,
prolonging things. Aren't you?
Sure, you can do it, but then it starts negatively affecting like that day's training, for example,
and the following day as well.
Yeah. Whereas if you bank calories beforehand, you can still have a meal before you train, and you'll still be fueled from the day before, and then the next day you've had that big feed from the meal, so then it's kind of going to carry over all right.
Just get back to baseline.
So yeah, definitely be proactive with it.
I think as well, like you say in there, is a lot of people, they'll have these occasions and then they'll find any possible excuse to just keep dragging it out.
Yeah.
So they'll have let's say it's Saturday night, they'll then get up and be like, oh, well, I was off plan last night. I'll just fucking chin everything off today.
It's easily done, isn't it?
It is. You just get into that mindset of just being like, well, what's the point?
Yeah. And the only other thing I'd add is like, unfortunately, you can't be a miracle worker here and just like make anything that happens on the night out not affect anything. Yeah. So like, there's going to be an aspect of, if you're dieting, you are still going to have to change something when you're going out.
100%.
Somewhat. But small changes can make a big difference, like trying to go for diet mixers and spirits instead of beers is going to save you a little bit. And also, like, if you go out for a meal, just don't be an idiot.
Yeah, it's really easy to just be in that, oh, I'm going off plan, so I'm just going to go crazy.
I'm going to send it. And then, like, when that happens, you do end up not progressing as you'd want. And I do see that happen, like, quite a bit.
100%.
So, as much as you want to try and keep these things in, it's you need to focus on allowing yourself to keep it in, not allowing yourself to just go on an absolute feast every week.
I always say as well, to like Max, for example, we were talking about it when he first signed up, and he was like, so like, can I go off plan? And I said, yeah, if you want to, I have an off plan every single week, but remember, right, when you're dieting and you've been working hard, the thought of food and going off plan always sounds much better than it actually is.
Yeah.
It's never as good as you think it's going to be. And I'd honestly say like 90% of the time, you're probably going to regret it anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not meaning to say that as in like you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because you should. But just don't just be like every possible occasion you can.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I can go off plan here. I'm going to go off plan here.
Yeah.
There's no harm in just staying on plan.
Yeah. And then the other thing is with everything that we've recommended there, it's about trying to make the off plans in some sort of a plan.
Yeah.
Not just that you're having a random off plan. Like if you're having an off plan, create the plan around that.
So then you're not actually going off plan.
Yeah. You're just having some slightly different foods at some slightly different times.
Yeah. People have this weird like thing around off plans.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have to be off plan.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I think that was a good one. Shit, I've lost the
lost the Q&A box. I put just while we're waiting, I put a quiz on my story the other day. And I was gonna put a story up to like reel through some of the actual answers, but I couldn't get to it. So anyone that voted on the quiz on my story, can I run through the answers so I can put it up on a reel quickly?
You mean now?
Yeah,
Yeah, go for it. Knock yourself out.
Knock yourself out. What's the main driver of fat loss? I'll do this quick. Main driver of fat loss, 4 options were eating clean, a calorie deficit, doing more cardio, or cutting out carbs. The answer was a calorie deficit. What's the best way to fit a meal out into your diet? We've just covered this, but do extra cardio afterwards, eat nothing all day until the meal, reduce carbs and fats earlier in the day, or just order a salad, reduce carbs and fats. Number 3, what's the primary driver of muscle growth? This is an interesting one. A lot of people got this wrong. Build-up of metabolites, mechanical tension, or muscle damage.
What did people put?
A lot of people voted muscle damage.
Really?
Yeah. When the real answer is mechanical tension. Get freaking strong, brothers. What's the most important to prevent muscle loss when dieting? Lifting heavy and eating enough protein, toning the muscle with lighter weights, doing more cardio, or taking fat burners? Tough on this, mate.
Last one, fat burners, guys.
Fat burners, yeah. No, that is lifting heavy and eating enough protein. And then last 2, which of the following contributes most to muscle protein synthesis? Fasted training, high leucine content in meals, training until failure, or eating 6 meals a day. A lot of people put training until failure, but actually that creates muscle protein breakdown. So nearly, but it's kind of the opposite. Like you're close, but also as far wrong as possible. The answer is high leucine content in meals. That's a amino acid in protein, obviously, because it's an amino acid. Last one. What percentage of the load are you handling on the 45-degree leg press? 100%, 84%, 71%, or 50%? The answer is 71% because of Pythagoras and all that, basically. So yeah, there's your answers if anyone was wondering.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. What's an ideal rest time between sets? Oh, actually, no, let's do this. Okay, we'll do 2 more.
Go on.
2 more. Do this one first. What's an ideal rest time between sets?
For me, you can have a suggestion to give you a straight answer, probably about 2 to 3 minutes, close to 3, ideally. To give you a slightly more adjustable answer, wait until your heart rate is lowered. Wait until you've got your breath back. And if you've ticked those 2 off, you're probably in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, wait until you chill, basically, and then
I think
do your next set.
I think it's a general rule as well, like your bigger, more taxing movements take close to the 3 minutes.
Yeah, potentially more for some.
Yeah, for the smaller movements, like I reckon I probably wait 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like my arm work.
If there's 3 of us training,
it ends up being a bit longer.
Yeah, like after a deadlift, you're gonna be blowing. Your heart rate's gonna be really high.
Yeah.
Like you've probably got to wait 3+ minutes.
Yeah, I think a good example for us is the leg press. Like I think realistically, in between our sets, it's probably 5 minutes. Yeah, anyway, between 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and I need that. Like last week on Friday, I did my second set before you'd done yours.
Yeah,
and that like messed up the order, and I noticed a big difference.
Yeah.
Like not just waiting an extra few minutes.
Yeah, and I wouldn't worry about getting like cold or anything. I mean, if you look at the strongmen, literally they'll be sat there for 15 minutes, in between the lifts. So get that ATP restored.
Yeah, I just think like just rest until you feel ready. Don't just be trying to blast through your sessions. Yeah. I also notice this a lot with people who sign up, right? Whenever they send you the first lot of form clips, I notice this so often. If you have like a unilateral movement, how often people go from one arm or one side straight into the other.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think if you're stuck on time, okay, like go for it. But you got to think when you've done that one side to failure, like you said, your heart rate's going to be pretty elevated. You then can't put the same level of intensity or like accuracy into the other side because your heart rate's already through the roof.
Yeah, I reckon there's probably a rep or two in it.
Yeah, definitely.
So at least just give yourself a little breather.
Yeah, like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
Just let your heart rate come back down. So yeah. How do you best manage hunger / energy levels when food intake is low? I think with this, right, might be a bit controversial, but a lot of people need to stop being pussies.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell, like, yeah, you're dieting, right, but if you're not absolutely, like, shredded to the bone, you're fine.
Yeah.
You are fine.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean...
I'm not going to be like this nice guy and be like,
yeah.
Like, come on.
The first thing is accepting that if you're dieting...
You're going to be hungry at some point.
And actually, a lot of the time, I'll ask clients, like, are you hungry? And sometimes if the answer's no, then it's like, something might need to change here. Because you actually... You're gonna have an aspect of hunger, especially after losing a couple of kilos of body fat. It's impossible to avoid completely. If you actually look at what's causing it, you sort of got two aspects of hunger. One being purely how much food's in your stomach, and then also the second being your fat cells signaling to your brain. I'm sure you've all heard of like hunger hormones, basically saying, "Come on, mate, I'm getting emptier. Like, can you give us some food?" You can't avoid that one.
No. Yeah.
And that's what happens when you get lean. You can avoid the stomach volume thing by having slightly higher volume foods, but like you can even take that too far when you end up putting, hundreds and hundreds of milliliters of water into your oats to volume them up. Like it's just it's a slippery slope, I think.
I'd say try not to run away from hunger.
Yeah.
Try to just learn to embrace it.
Yeah.
And just think, okay, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Of course, there's like high satiation foods, but if you're dieting and you're on some sort of meal plan anyway, it's probably full of them.
Yeah.
Like any sort of protein source, potatoes, vegetables, anything like that, which realistically you're probably eating in a diet, is going to help you stay full. So if you're not doing that, then do that.
Yeah.
Protein and potatoes.
I actually put potatoes in Max's meal plan and bro was like flabbergasted by it. Yeah, he was like, whoa, I can have so much. Oh, God.
It is funny, you can have like so much potato.
Loads. Fucking loads.
At least in comparison to like other carbohydrate sources.
Yeah. Like I was looking at this here because I'm doing a reel on a similar thing. And like, for like 50 gram of carbs through potatoes is like 400 grams of potato.
Is that cooked weight?
No, uncooked weight.
Is it?
Yeah, or I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I could be wrong there. But then like 50 gram of carbs through pasta, for example, was like 70 grams, I'm pretty sure. So obviously there you can see there's a massive difference in actual volume of food. I did it on my Fitness Pal, so
could be washed. Medium potato around 150 grams typically has 26 grams of carbs. So 300 grams would be 50 grams of carbs.
Still 300 to 70 grams of pasta.
Yeah,
it's a massive difference.
And also, you obviously cook it, which then sucks up some serious moisture and gets even bigger. So yeah, eat your potatoes, kids.
Yeah, potatoes are the dieting goat, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, try to manage it, but also just learn to embrace it. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But okay, we actually haven't really answered the question though. How would you manage it, other than like satiating food choices like potatoes, veg? I think caffeine is a good thing as long as you're not being like an absolute idiot with it. Like, you don't need to be slamming like a gram of caffeine a day. Yeah. But don't be scared to have like 400, 500 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. You're not going to die, all right? So it's a good way. Staying hydrated, probably a good thing. It's definitely a good thing anyway. But
yeah, I think if you go to like a minute scale and sort of say, okay, you are sat there and you're really hungry, what should you do? You've already had the vast majority of your meals, etc. The first thing I'd do is just have lots of water. Yeah. and that will help probably until your next meal. The second thing you can do, if the time's okay, is have a bit of caffeine. Then after that, you've probably just got to wait it out.
Yeah, there's no easy answer. You just got to firm it, unfortunately.
And if you're doing everything you can with getting enough protein in, getting potatoes in the meal plan, having enough veggies and fruit, you're kind of in it then.
Yeah, just got to suck it up.
Like Theo was the same. He's just finished dieting this week. I think he's dropped nearly 10 kg.
Pardon me.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And like he was sound basically until the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I'm actually hungry now. But that wasn't because we changed his food, because it actually stayed very similar. It was literally because he was just getting leaner.
Yeah.
So your body starts signaling, going,
I'm hungry.
Need some scran. So yeah, you'll get away with it for a while. As soon as you start losing probably 5+ kilos, that's when it might start getting more difficult.
Bit ropey.
And maybe the only other thing is, like, normally you're hungry, you get very hungry or very craving certain things from like having the actual scran there. So just try to not have it in your cupboards.
Just limit it. Yeah.
Because if you do have that, you're going to be always thinking about it.
Yeah, you just spiral.
Yeah. So try and do that, and if none of that works,
you're cooked. You're cooked, man. Just get on with it.
Yeah. Is that enough for the pod?
Yeah, I think that was pretty decent. I think next week we'll be actually in this routine properly. So
yeah.
Definitely feeling a little bit more tired today, guys. So please just bear with us a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a busy day.
Ducky Woo's looking energised though.
Yeah, ready for tonight's game.
Ducky Woo's the first collab on the pod, so thanks for coming on, mate.
First guest.
Really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you've provided some good insight to the audience. Right, episode 25 wrapped up.
Bosh. Thank you, boys and girls.
See you in a bit. Like and subscribe.
All the ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Kissy woo. Bye.